I want to talk about cash from two different standpoints. Why it's good for the customer, then why it's good for us. Okay, and that would be on the good for us category. It's going to reduce my payments, Corbin, correct? Is that good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But let's back up. Why is it going to reduce my payments?
Because for every 1,000 down.
Because I'm reducing the balance.
Yeah.
Okay? What I tell a customer is I'd say, Dylan, the more cash you put down, the smaller the balance to finance, which is sort of the key to making this work really well for you. Because when you lower the balance to finance, you end up with lower payments. Did you want high payments or low payments? Okay. You want to save some more money? When you lower the balance to finance, you save money in finance charges. Doesn't matter who you finance it with, us or your Aunt Millie. The finance charges are going to go down because the balance to finance is smaller. When you lower the balance to finance, Corbin, it gives you the option to do something that most customers don't have the option to do. That's the option to shorten the term. And Carter with a K, when you shorten the term, you save money yet again. In this case, 60 to 75 saves you almost $4,000. And when you lower the balance to finance and you shorten the term, Dylan, you have the freedom to do what everybody wants to do, but almost nobody can. And that's trade sooner rather than later, if you so desire. But most importantly, Angelo, when you shorten the term and reduce the balance to finance, you get to the dream payment faster. You know what the dream payment is, don't you, Colin?
Oh, big old zero.
It's no payment at all. So, taking into consideration those 7 good things for you, how close to 3,000, whatever the number is, how close to 5,000 could you come? Ask me for cash and I'm not going to give it to you. Give me a good reason and I'll give it to you. Okay? Ask me for $5. Corbin, I'll ask you for $5. Say no. Corbin, can I have $5?
No.
Corbin, if you give me $5, I'll bring you back a $10 lunch.
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
Well, okay. Sounds like a Ponzi scheme. If I was going to bring you back a $10 lunch for $5, would you be more likely to give me $5?
Yes.
The answer is yes. So cash is good for the customer. Now, what's it do for us, Angelo?
For us on our end, well, 2 main things is especially if their credit is like not as established as everyone would like, especially the customer, and they know that. I'm trying to portray it that I'm like fighting for their ability to get the car because I don't want to see anyone not be able to drive to work, pick up their kids, and hey, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, just so we can put our best foot forward. What would be like with the banks going for this like credit approval? What's the most you'd be willing to put down or be able to put down? Because that's the main thing. Down payment and term length. If they try to go too long, banks are going to say no. If they don't put enough down, banks are probably going to say no. And you need to find that happy medium between where, you and your sales manager, you're not trying to jump the Grand Canyon, you're only trying to jump small little gap there between where the customer can be and where we need to get them for the banks.
So the answer to my question was, it's easier to get them bought with more cash down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. A little more elaborate than answer, I'm sorry.
What else is good about cash for us? Well, would you rather try to close somebody at $800 a month or $600 a month?
600.
600.
It's an easier close. The more cash they put down, the lower the payment. The easier the close. What's cash down do for the finance office?
Makes the rates better.
Yeah, but it could.
Approvals easier.
We've already mentioned that. It gives them more opportunity to sell their products. Is a service contract a good deal for a customer?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. What percentage of the people would like someone else to pay for their automobile or truck repair if it breaks down?
Everybody.
Okay? If they total their vehicle and there's a deficiency balance, meaning they owe more than it's worth, would they be happy if someone else paid that deficiency balance off for them?
Oh, yeah.
If they blow a tire or break a wheel, would they like someone else to pay for that tire or wheel?
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody would like what the finance office sells, but their ability to pay for it is going to be determined oftentimes by the amount of cash they put down. So cash is good for us, cash is good for the customer. So learning to work the customer for cash down, work the customer is the wrong word, it's the right word, but it's too harsh. Learning to sell the benefits of cash is important, okay?